Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, in this video we are going to see a simple MATLAB demonstration for the purpose of having the pseudo type of inverse filtering. We have gone through the understanding of inverse filtering, and as we know that if the amplification of the signal is in the frequency dependence, so that time the errors are significant. So that time the option is pseudo inverse type of filtering that we see in this particular topic. So let us begin with. So here we can start with our MATLAB program for pseudo inverse filtering. So let us decide the task that we need to perform while having the programming. So very first task shall be to have the image read into the MATLAB script so that we can process it by the pseudo type of inverse filtering. After reading the image, we want the image to be degraded by the degraded function, as the very first topic into this first chapter. It was, that is, model of the image degradation, or we can also say the image restoration process. So it requires degradation. This is actually the output over which we shall be applying the methods to get the original scenario, the original information into the image constructed back from having that particular type. So now it will be following the addition of additive white Gaussian noise to the image, so that it will be having the noise affection as well as the degradation. And now the task of the pseudo inverse filtering is to be applied to such an image to recover the details. The final step will be to have the observation of the results comparing the original image and that the restored image by the use of pseudo inverse type of filtering. So let us switch to the MATLAB environment for programming purpose. So here we have the MATLAB environment by R 2018B version. So for programming purpose, we shall be requiring the untitled script initially, where we can begin with. So now I take a script here. So the very first line shall be a comment mentioning the purpose of the program. So I comment here, this is a program for pseudo inverse filtering, we say. So we begin with closing the unnecessary MATLAB windows, clearing the workspace variables, and the command window should also get the clear screen. So we begin for close all, simply clear or clear all, and then the command CLC, so that the execution of this program shall be at the fresh way. So now we begin with reading the input image. The very usual variable I use for getting the input image folded the two-dimensional data, so that is variable A, and the command will be of imread. So I use imread. So this time I give the input image, that is mana.jpg, for pseudo inverse filtering, terminating the syntax with semicolon. As the image will be the color image having the three bands red, green and blue, for this type of filtering and this particular program we get it converted to the grayscale image. Hence the syntax will be capital A will be holded by the computation will have the type into the double, and here we provide the syntax RGB to gray, and this shall be applicable again to the variable capital A that has initially holded the original image. Now we have the letters capital M and capital N to hold the dimensions of the input image, with the help of which we can have the generation of the degradation function, and it can work along with the pseudo type of inverse filtering. So here we mention the syntax size and the input variable is capital A. So this much of script we have taken for the pseudo inverse type of filtering. We try to save the script with the name program1.m will be the file extension. So let us run this program, and we expect these many variables into the workspace. So here we have A for mana.jpg, we have 375 by 250. The type double we have converted. The M holds 375, N holds 250. So now this much of task of reading the image into the MATLAB script is completed, and our program is error free. So we proceed further. The next task shall be with the comment here, that is degradation mask, I say. So for representation of degradation mask, I use the variable mask underscore b, and it shall be assigned a matrix of ones here. Here we mention the dimensions 11 comma 11 and normalization by division through its square, that is 121. Now for the degradation mask also, the dimensions we take holded with the variables m1 and n1, small case letter I have used here. The syntax will be for size, and now this time it shall be applicable to mask underscore b here. So here I mention mask underscore b terminating with the semicolon. Now this is simply the representation of the degradation or the mask function along with the input image that is in the spatial domain. So for this type of image restoration, we want to work into the frequency domain. So for that purpose, we should make the use of direct transformation for two-dimensional data with the syntaxes of FFT2 command. So here we mention the comment transformation to frequency domain. So for holding the data converted from spatial domain representation to the frequency domain, we use the variable freq underscore a, and it shall be with the fft2 command operated onto the variable a that has holded the details of the original image into the grayscale and double type. Next, for the degradation mask also, we should have a switch from spatial domain to the frequency domain. Here we use freq underscore h, the variable, and it is also been computed by the use of command fft2, and it shall be operated over mask underscore b here that we have taken with the same dimensions of the input image. So this much of script we have saved. Let us run and check the variables. So here we have capital A 375 by 250 double type. Into the spatial domain we say freq underscore a is again 370 by 75 by 250 into the complex double type. So this is for the degradation mask. The dimensions of the degradation mask and that of the input image are also saved here. So now we move further and make a comment to represent the computation of the blurred image. So let us represent it by the variable name blur underscore img, and it shall be having the computation as a real part for the use of inverse Fourier transform onto the two-dimensional data. So IFFT2 command we are using, and it shall be applicable to the pixel to pixel or simply the coefficient to coefficient multiplication into the frequency domain. As we know, the convolution into the spatial domain is simply the multiplication into the frequency domain. So the variables into the frequency domain just now we have computed, and these are freq underscore h. Here we have dot multiplication with freq underscore a. The addition of noise, that is awgn, should also be there. So this time we shall be using 25 in multiplication with the random type for the same dimension capital N comma capital N here. So awgn is added here. So this much I save. Further I move with the computation of in underscore a spec variable by the direct transformation command, that is FFT2, applicable to this blur underscore img variable computed above. Next, we use the variable PSF computed as a matrix of zeros for the same dimensions m and n that we are going to use in this pseudo inverse type of filtering. Further, we have the PSF computed for the dimensions we make m divided by 2 here, added with 1, minus we have the shift represented by m1 minus 1 divided by 2, up to we have capital M divided by 2 added with that of the 1 again added with, in the bracket we show you m1 minus 1 here, divided by 2. Now we have capital N divided by 2, another variable dimension, added with 1, minus, in the bracket we provide n1 minus 1 divided by 2, and it is ranging up to capital N divided by 2, added with that of the 1, again added with, here we have n1 minus 1, and this is again divided by 2 here. So this shall be the assignment to that of the mask underscore B here we have made. So this much we save, and let us check whether it is error free or not. So here we have the error free program here. Now we proceed further. The next step, we shall be having the computation of PSF variable, and this is actually by the FFT shift. This FFT shift this time is operated over the earlier computation of the PSF we have in the above steps. Now we have the computation of the frequency domain variable, hence we name FREQ underscore RES for the restoration of the image, and here it will be for the FFT2 applicable onto the PSF here. Now we have the threshold frequency, simply we can say THR underscore FREQ we can use here, and let us have it with the value 0.2 here. The inverse filtering, now we shall be using the variable INV underscore. Here we are going to compute a variable. The variable is named here INV underscore FILT, and that we are having the computation by. So here we make the use of FREQ underscore RES, just now we have computed. So it will be having this type of operation on to the absolute type here. So that is why I use ABS here onto the FREQ underscore RES. And now here we have the power 2 here. So this much of computation we have done, and this shall be added with the value that just now we have set to 0.2, that is THR underscore FREQ. So here we terminate with the semicolon for this much of syntax, and now we compute the variable capital B to hold the restored image. So this shall be having, first of all, the real part, capital B we must use, and the computation for real part we use the inverse Fourier transform onto the 2 dimension by IFFT2 command. Here we have the operation IN underscore ASPC, the variable we have, along with the coefficient to coefficient multiplication with INV underscore FILT, the variable. So the task of pseudo inverse filtering is completed. Now the last purpose is to have the display of these images. So here we mention display of input and output images. So here we use the command IMShow. The IMShow will be having the input, first of all, for the original image. As in the workspace you can see, for the original image we have made it of double type. For the display purpose we want it to get uint8 type. So uint8 applicable for the variable A here, and now we can mention the title to this particular window display. The title will be original image. Now we want a separate window to show you the degraded image. So we use the command figure, and again IMShow we shall use. So this time again we want the conversion of the type to uint8, and this is for the blur image. So this is the variable that has holded this blurred image. So simply we mention the title, that is degraded image. Now again we have the use of keyword figure for the last display here with IMShow, and this is for the restored image. So uint age type we apply for the variable capital B, and lastly the title here we have restored image after pseudo inverse filtering. So this completes our script here. So let us check the result. So for checking the result, here we have the output in the three windows. So this is actually the original image. So original image maina.jpg here we have represented. Now the next window is showing us the degraded image, the additive white Gaussian noise along with the blur here we have for the degradation purpose. So here we see a lot of degradation, the losses occur to the original image. And now this is an attempt to recover all the details back with the help of pseudo inverse type of filtering. So for maina.jpg, this is the resultant output image. So I close these windows. We can also verify this particular script with another input images. So thus I make the changes to the input. So here I mention the variable a to hold with the command imread for the input image, that is peacock.jpg. So we save the changes for the changed input, run this particular program. So here you can observe the workspace here. The workspace will have the variable a first of all to hold the 792 by 1056 of double type here. The B will hold the same dimensions for the restored image. So the original image I maximize for the peacock.jpg. You can see this is the degraded image because of the computation we have made for the degradation function, and lastly the restored image after pseudo inverse type of filtering applied to the degraded image. We test this result on another input as well. The A here we assign with the imread command, and this time we check it for autumn.tif. So we save and run this particular program. So here we see the first window, the original image, the second window, the degraded image, severe degradation, and here the restoration, and would attempt to see the image recovered here. So this was for autumn.tif. We can also validate the pseudo inverse type of filtering for another input. So this time let us get it to flower2.jpg. here there should be a pair of single quotes mentioning the name of the image, input image. So we save the changes, we run it. So here we see the first window, the original image. You can observe the two flowers here. This is the degraded image. So this time the thr underscore freq, this particular value we have set to 0.2 here, and after application of pseudo inverse type of filtering we have obtained this particular output. Now the thr underscore freq variable that was earlier 0.2, we want to make 0.02. let us lower it down again. So saving the changes, and for the same flower2.jpg we shall check the result here. So you can see the changes. See, this is original image, the changed degraded image you can observe here along with the restored image. So the restoration is having the change because of the change into that particular value. Instead of having 0.2 we have made it 0.02. We can again lower it down 0.002, just saving the changes for the same input image flower2.jpg. Here you can see original image compared to that of the degraded image, and lastly to the restored image with the new value set here. Instead, if we keep it directly to the value 0 here, let us see the result of restored image. So at this time, so this is original image, the degraded image as we have seen, and this time for restoration purpose we don't find any meaningful information appeared into this particular display. So this is pseudo inverse type of filtering. Let us check it onto the another image sample. So let us make it for IMRead, and here we have horse.jpg. So right now the thr underscore freq value we have kept it to the 0 here. So this is not required for horse.jpg as it is already a grayscale image. It was initially having the only one band. So this is figure 1, the original image horse.jpg. This is degraded image, and here it is the restored image if we set that particular parameter to 0 value. Now we'll try to get that increase. So let us make it 0.002 for horse.jpg. That is already a grayscale image. So this is the result after restoration. You can just imagine the shape of the horse face here as we have increased that particular value here. Now instead of having 0.002, let us make it 10 times increased, 0.02. So the improvement into the restored image you can see. And lastly make it 0.2 simply. So this is our original image. This much it was degraded, and an attempt with the help of pseudo inverse type of filtering, we have this particular image reconstructed up to this particular level. So I hope the programming for the purpose of pseudo inverse type of filtering to restore back the image is definitely benefiting you people. So here we get back to the task that we have seen earlier: reading the image, degrading the image, addition of the additive white Gaussian noise to the image, then application of the pseudo inverse type of filtering we have formulated, and observing the result. By the next lecture we shall see the another approach for the image restoration that is also very much potential and popular even, that is minimum mean square error, also known as the Wiener type of filtering for image restoration. So if you like the videos and want some more information onto the subject like digital image processing, you can subscribe to eKida channel. Thank you.